Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today we're diving into a heartbreaking twist. Alex survives a brutal crash, but wakes up with zero memory. And the only person who stays by his side is a young single mom named Na. Who is she to him, and why does her presence calm him more than anyone else? Stay with me till the end, and if you enjoy it, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Saigon rain came down hard, turning the street into mirrors of headlights. Water cut sideways across faces, motorbikes splashed through puddles, and everyone looked desperate to get home. Alex drove through it in silence. He'd just finished a long meeting, and his mind still felt tight, like a wire pulled too far. His phone kept buzzing, calls, reminders, problems, but for once he switched it off. He wanted a few minutes where he wasn't anyone's answer. Up ahead, a motorbike suddenly skidded. The rider lost control, the bike scraped the asphalt, and the man rolled into the lane. Alex reacted on instinct, swerving to avoid him, but the tires hit a deep sheet of water. The car slid, and for a breathless second the wheel felt useless. Bam! Metal slammed the median, airbags punched out, glass crackled. Alex's head hit the door, and the world snapped to black. When sound returned, it came in fragments, rain hammering the roof, distant shouting, a horn trapped in traffic. Blood ran from Alex's forehead, his cheek. His eyes were open but empty, breath shallow, almost gone. A child cried nearby, sharp and scared. Na stood a few steps from the wreck, soaked through, holding Henry in one arm. He was slightly feverish, warm against her chest, and her free hand shook as she tried to wave someone over. She had just bought medicine and was heading home when the crash happened right in front of her. "Luxury car," someone said. "Rich guy." "Don't get involved," another voice warned. "It's trouble." Na swallowed hard. She knew what they saw when they looked at her. Young, poor, alone with a child. Still, she couldn't watch a man bleed out while everyone pretended not to notice. She pulled the thin scarf from Henry, pressed it carefully against Alex's wound, and kept her hand steady. "Keep breathing," she whispered. "I'm here. Don't fall asleep." Sirens finally sliced through the storm. Paramedics arrived, lifted Alex onto a stretcher, and rushed him into an ambulance. Na went too, still clutching Henry, telling herself she would leave the moment Alex was safe. The emergency room was bright and fast. Doctors rushed scans and tests, then moved Alex straight into monitoring. Hours later, Alex opened his eyes in a white room that smelled like disinfectant. He stared around like he'd been dropped into a stranger's life. A doctor asked his name, his address, who to call. Alex's brow tightened. Nothing came. He shook his head, slow and confused. "Post-traumatic amnesia," the doctor explained. "It may return, but it takes time." In the corridor, Na sat on a plastic chair, Henry tucked against her shoulder. Her clothes were damp, her hands were cold, and her eyes were raw from stress. She planned to slip away quietly because she didn't want anyone thinking she was chasing a rich man's family. But the doctor stopped her. "We need a contact. Do you know his relatives?" Na hesitated, then checked Alex's jacket. She found his wallet, business cards, and a phone contact labeled Mom. Her fingers trembled as she dialed, bracing for suspicion. A middle-aged woman answered, voice tight and panicked. "Who is this? Where is my son?" Na swallowed. "Auntie, there was an accident. He's at the county hospital. Please come." When Alex's mother arrived, She looked like she'd driven through the rain on pure fear. She rushed to the bed and grabbed Alex's hand. "My son, Alex." Alex turned his head, staring at her blankly. His voice was hoarse. "Who are you?" The words hit her like a collapse. She tightened her grip, tears spilling. "I'm your mother," she said. "Your mum?" Alex studied her face like a photo he couldn't place. No recognition came, only confusion. Tuna stood near the wall holding Henry, ready to disappear. Alex's mother finally noticed her and turned, gratitude mixed with caution. "And you are?" Tuna bowed her head. "Tuna! I called the ambulance and brought him here." The older woman nodded once. "Thank you." It was curt, but not cruel. During the next days, Alex's mother handled everything: paperwork, bills, doctors. But she couldn't force memories back. Alex startled at loud sounds and flinched at sudden touch. He barely ate because nothing tasted right. Strangely, Tuna's presence calmed him. She didn't hover. She came quietly with hot porridge, a clean towel and fruit. She sat far from his bed, letting Henry rest against her, only glancing up to check Alex's face. One afternoon, Alex looked straight at her. "Why are you here?" Tuna hesitated. "I just want to make sure you're okay," she said. That day, if I hadn't called for help, her voice trailed off. Alex didn't remember the crash, but something warm stirred anyway, like his body remembered safety before his mind did. He went quiet, eyes lingering on her longer than he understood. Alex's mother watched closely. Tuna asked for nothing. She didn't cry for pity. She didn't push herself into their family. She simply kept her word. One evening, Alex spiked a mild fever and woke in panic, gasping, eyes darting like he was trapped. Nurses rushed in, but he recoiled from their hands, breathing faster. Tuna hovered at the doorway, then approached slowly, voice low and steady. "Alex, look at me," she said. "Breathe with me." His eyes locked onto hers. "Inhale. 1, 2, Tuna counted. "Exhale." He followed. His breathing slowed. The panic drained from his face. Alex's mother stood frozen, watching the change. In that moment, she stopped seeing Tuna as a stranger and started seeing her as the one who could reach her son when fear swallowed him. The next morning, a well-dressed woman appeared in the hallway, heels clicking, smile sharp. She scanned Tuna from head to toe. "Who are you to keep hanging around?" she said. "Taking advantage while he has amnesia?" Tuna's face went still. The woman turned sweetly to Alex's mother. "Auntie, let me take care of Alex. Outsiders here. It's inconvenient." Alex's mother didn't blink. "She's the one who called emergency for my son," she said. "She's here with my permission." The woman stiffened. "But aren't you afraid?" "I'm afraid of people with ulterior motives," Alex's mother cut in. "I'm not afraid of the kind-hearted." The woman's smile cracked. She left, tossing back. "You'll see." After that, the air around Tuna changed. Staff whispered, visitors stared. The label formed fast: opportunist, clinger, a girl trying to climb. Tuna felt every look like a weight. She started wanting to vanish before she became the reason Alex's mother suffered more. That night, she finally spoke to Alex's mother, voice small. "Auntie, please let me stop coming. I'm afraid I'll cause trouble." Alex's mother studied her for a long beat. "Are you afraid of gossip?" she asked. "Or are you afraid that when my son recovers, you'll have to face what you've done for him?" Tuna's throat tightened. The answer was both. She lowered her eyes, holding Henry closer. Alex's mother's voice softened, but her gaze stayed firm. "You owe no one. You saved him. And right now, he needs you. Alex's mother held Tunar's gaze a moment longer, then added, I'm not saying that to be nice. He's calmer when you're here. I can see it. Tunar swallowed, torn. She looked down at Henry's sleepy face. I don't want people to think I'm using him, she whispered.
People will think whatever they want, Alex's mother said, but I won't let them rewrite the truth. You saved him. Until he's steady again, I'm asking you to stay. Tunar nodded. It wasn't confidence. It was choosing what felt right. The next few days turned into a strange routine. Alex still didn't remember who he was, but he sat up longer, ate a little when Tunar brought porridge, and started asking simple questions, like he was rebuilding the world. What day is it? Do I work somewhere? Why does my head feel a bit heavy? His mother answered patiently, but the questions scared him. He wasn't just missing memories, he was missing control. One rainy night, the lights flickered, and Alex startled hard, hands shaking. Tunar didn't rush him. She just spoke from her chair, calm and steady.
It's okay. You're safe. Alex looked at her like he was holding on to her voice. When you say that, he murmured, I believe it. A week later, the doctor cleared Alex to leave with strict instructions. Low stress, familiar scents, gentle habits. He needs a quiet environment, the doctor said. Support matters as much as medicine. Alex's mother decided immediately. He's coming home, she said. Tunar stood. Then I'll go. You have your family. I shouldn't. Alex lifted his eyes to her. I want you to come, he said. Just a few days. When you're near, my chest doesn't tighten. Tunar froze and looked at his mother. The older woman nodded once. Go. I'll take responsibility. If anyone talks, they can talk to me. So Tunar went. Alex's house was big, clean and quiet in a way that felt cold. The first night, Alex walked through the living room, touching the couch, staring at framed photos, pausing at the stairs like they belonged to someone else. His mother hovered nearby, trying not to break. Tunar stayed to the side and did what she knew, small tasks, steady hands. She boiled water, wiped Henry's hands, folded her scarf. When the silence felt sharp, she cooked. Simple, warm food that filled the space with a gentler smell. Henry toddled around, giggling at his own footsteps, smacking the sofa cushion and laughing. That sound loosened the house. That second night, Alex barely slept. He kept waking up, listening to the house settle, confused by how quiet a home could feel. Near dawn, he wandered into the kitchen and found Tunar warming milk for Henry. He didn't speak at first, just watched the steam rise. Do I live here? He finally asked. Tunar didn't laugh. Yes, she said gently. But right now you're just recovering. That's all you need to hold. Alex nodded, then surprised himself by pulling out a chair and sitting. Henry blinked up at him, then offered a little hand. Alex let the child grab his finger, and something in his face softened. A minute later, Alex's mother appeared in the doorway, saw them, and didn't interrupt. She only set 3 bowls on the table and said, breakfast, small, quiet, and together. For the first time, Alex ate without forcing it today. Alex watched Henry for a long time. He's not scared of me, Alex said quietly. Tunar smiled, tired but real. Kids don't care about titles, they care about eyes. Alex glanced at her. And what do your eyes see? A man who got hurt, Tunar said softly. A man trying to stand up again. One afternoon after the rain cleared, Alex sat by the window staring at the wet street. That day, he said suddenly, why didn't you leave? Tunar's fingers paused on Henry's blanket. "Because once," she said, "I was the one lying there, and nobody stopped." Alex went quiet. After a long moment, he whispered, "I don't remember if I was good or bad, but from now on, I want to be the one who stops." As days passed, Alex's memories returned in flashes. The smell of coffee, rain on tin roofs, the grip of a steering wheel. Sometimes he would pause mid-step, eyes unfocused, like a door cracked open somewhere in his mind. One morning, he stared into the mirror for a long time. Then he turned to his mother. "I know my name," he said, "and I know you." His voice shook. "But why do I still feel tired?" His mother's eyes filled. "Because you lived tense," she whispered. "You carried everything alone." Alex looked toward the kitchen where Tunar was coaxing Henry to eat. He watched her wipe the child's mouth, patient and unhurried. Then he said slowly, "You pulled me from death, but you also pulled me out of that way of living." Tunar shook her head. "I didn't do anything big." Alex's gaze stayed steady. "Yes, you stayed." Just when the house started to feel normal, the well-dressed woman returned, papers in hand.
"Auntie," she said, sweet as poison, "Alex needs to sign these. It's for our relationship." Alex's mother stepped forward. "Leave." But Alex was different now, still healing, but steady. He took the papers, scanned them, then looked the woman in the eyes. "I don't remember who you are," Alex said, "but I know one thing. You weren't the person who lifted me out of the rain." The woman's face drained. "Alex?" "Goodbye," he said, and handed the papers back. After she left, Alex sat in the yard with his mother under the damp smell of plants. "Mum," he said, "I want to do something right. Not because I owe someone, because I want to live decently." His mother followed his gaze toward the doorway, where Tunar stood holding Henry. She nodded, understanding.
A few days later, Tunar packed her small bag. She didn't want to overstay. She bowed to Alex's mother. "Thank you," she said. "I should go back now." Alex's mother studied her. "You can leave," she said, "but not like you're fleeing." Tunar's lips trembled. "I don't want to burden him." Before anyone could answer, Alex stepped into the doorway, blocking it without thinking. "I lost my memories," he said, "but I remember this. You chose my life." Tunar froze. Alex took a breath. "Now I choose you to stay, not as repayment, not as charity, because I want my life with you and the boy." Henry reached out and touched Alex's cheek, babbling and giggling like it was normal. Alex's mother turned away to wipe her tears and muttered, "Stop making people cry." Alex held out his hand. No big speech, just an open palm, steady and real. Tunar stared at it like she was seeing a door to a home she never thought she deserved. Then she placed her hand in his. Outside, the rain softened into a quiet drizzle, and for the first time, it felt like the road was being washed clean. During a violent Saigon rainstorm, Alex crashes after swerving to avoid a fallen motorbike and is left bleeding and unconscious. Tunar, soaked and holding her feverish little boy Henry, ignores the crowd's hesitation and helps keep Alex alive until the ambulance arrives. At the hospital, doctors diagnose a serious brain injury and post-traumatic amnesia. Alex wakes up, unable to recognize even his own mother. Tunar quietly calls the only contact she can find, bringing Alex's mother to the hospital, then tries to step back to avoid misunderstandings. However, Alex grows calmer whenever Tunar is near, and her steady presence helps him through panic and fever. Rumors and accusations rise, including a well-dressed woman claiming Tuna is taking advantage, but Alex's mother defends Tuna's sincerity. After discharge, Alex asks Tuna to stay because he feels safe with her, and his memories begin returning in fragments.